hip hop and wrestling.
You know who else loves Jey Uso?
Ooh,
Well,
Everybody.
it's not Stephen Gold. Gold think Jimmy the man. But as we saw,
no, come on, man. Don't come on. Here we go.
as we talked about
Big
last
Jim.
week, now granted none of us predicted Jay to win, but I had brought it up that there's a strong possibility that he could, just based off that promo he did about saying that he could beat Gunther, and I was like, what are you hinting at, right? And here we are, Big J main event Uso is the 2025 Royal Rumble winner going to WrestleMania. And right now they're making it seem as if he doesn't know who he's going to pick, but we kind of know. We know he's going to pick Gunther.
Gunther, yeah.
What other reason would he pick Cody? He's going to pick Gunther, and I think he's going to win. However, let's just pause for a second. Yeah, I think he's totally going to win. But in terms of him winning the actual Rumble itself, were you surprised that it happened?
I was. I thought it was going to be Punk all day. I really thought it was going to be Punk or Cena.
Cena was my pick. So when he was down to the last two, I was like, go ahead, throw Jay out.
But let me tell you why I knew it wasn't going to be Cena. Because like they kept promoting him with Elimination Chamber. Like every time they showed that Elimination Chamber commercial, was like Cena was like the face of it when it first came out. I was like, oh, that's
why would they promote it if he's going to be the Royal Rumble winner?
That's true. I didn't even think about that. I guess I assumed that it could have been like a singles match. Start pumping some of these singles matches out of the way since everybody want to see him in the ring the last time with a bunch of people, whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I did not expect Jay to win that shit. Jay, like Kerry said, when he did that promo on Raw, like I could beat him. I was like, okay, man, he could win, but he won't. He still wasn't my pick.
Yeah.
I think the Saturday night main event was it kind of is oddly enough being it was a title match. It still was. It threw everybody off because they're like, oh, they're not gonna let Jay's not gonna win because he just had a title shot. Mm-hmm. So what sense would that make to have that? But for me, I absolutely love the fact that Jay won. I mean, I'm talking about I absolutely love it because what we're getting is it for people who've been following Jay. Yeah, you're getting like a mini Cody story, like a finish the story type. So for Jay, there's people who are pissed off that he won because they're like, oh, they feel like Jay can't wrestle. Oh, he just got a title shot. Oh, what sense does that make? But I'm like, okay, this is wrestling 101. This is a guy who's consistently trying to get a job done, who's took himself from a tag team superstar to being a background foil for his cousin, Roman, to actually getting his own wave, main event, Jey Uso, getting, being in these prime positions. Because on some real shit, he actually has been in a lot of main events, even not with winning. But this is wrestling. Winning and losing is very subjective. It really, that doesn't matter. That's like somebody in a movie getting killed. It's a part of the story, But also with this story that we're getting Jay getting the confidence, winning fans over, showing that, hey, I'm glad y'all fuck with me. I'm with y'all. I got this movement going on. Y'all are fucking with me. All right, bet. Now it's time to slay the beast Gunther. Because that's what he's been worked up as, is like kind of, your Brock Lesnar aura of just almost unbeatable. And the fact that Jay hasn't beat him, it's almost like a Rocky situation. It's like he's going to beat that underdog. We've seen it before with Daniel Bryan. We've seen it with Kofi Kingston. This kind of fits within that same mind frame of that guy who's trying to get over the hump and finally achieve his I guess dream. But in closing, it's like on some real shit, when you go back and when he does win this title, you got to think about the year that this man had. They said he had one of the worst matches last year in WrestleMania. I don't know if I
it
definitely
was the worst match.
They said one of the worst.
Brother. Yeah, him and Jay.
Brother versus brother.
Get your hands out of here, Jack Perry.
This man is about to main event one of the days and become the champion. Mind you, he's Intercontinental champion. He was Royal Rumble winner. This man is about to have like a banner year, and the fact that he's a veteran, you know what I mean? He's a veteran. That makes it even more sweeter, man. But for me, this Rumble, I've said this was the most stacked Rumble, and I did some research. I'm talking about 1992 has always been kind of the standard, the benchmark. But bro, this definitely is up there, if not greater. Because I went through, looked through the lineup. I said, bro, you got like over 8 former world champions. You know what I'm saying? In this just here. And I think it might be 10 former world champions in some capacity, a world champion. And then on top of secondary titles, US, IC, bro, at least I think almost 70% of the people in there have been a champion. You know what I mean? In some capacity. This Rumble was crazy. So honestly, they really could have went so many directions. But the fact of Jey, and what would shock me is if they did, we did the whole Gunther thing, we threw you off. Guess what? Cody. We'll hit Cody. Roman wants to say, Jay's like, Roman, you know what I mean? Hey, I can beat you. You know what I'm saying? I can beat you too. I can hang with you. If my cousin can, you know what I mean? For the lineage, I want to get that belt back. You know what I mean? I'm challenging Cody. You know what I mean? That I think just because that'll be a whole new element, a whole new build-up leading into WrestleMania. But long story short, so long, I don't want to go on a tangent, fellas. I think Jey winning is definitely something that's got everybody talking in some light, negative or positive, which I think has actually helped the Rumble out even better.
Yeah. I was very happy for Jey. And it's strange enough, although I'm really big on not seeing the same match over and over again. He's wrestled Gunther twice. He's had multiple title shots that he hasn't won, but for some reason, this still feels somewhat fresh to me.
It does.
Like this is going to be.
Energy.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It's just it's just like I don't know. I just feel you made a great comparison to Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, the Kofi Mania, and the Yes movement. This is just like that. Like right now, you got to strike while the iron is hot. Now here's the one thing that I think I talked about on the last show we did. If he was to beat Gunther, which I believe he will, I think we all believe that he will, and get the whole stadium doing the dance with him, yelling "Yeet" with him. I think that is a great moment. But one thing I'm concerned about is would he hold that belt past SummerSlam?
That's where it gets tricky, man. Ain't no telling.
I had predicted that Drew would be the one to take it off him because I don't expect
Drew
him.
McIntyre?
Yeah, I think
Drew
did say that. I think Drew would be the one to take it off of him. If we're going to get it back on Drew, he'll get it off of Jey Uso. But I don't see Jey Uso having this dominant year-long run. But maybe I'm wrong.
Honestly, I feel like that's okay. I think everybody doesn't need to have this, super lengthy run because then that'll get redundant. Like, this person's about to have the belt for like 8 months or a year. Like, mind you, one of the things that made the Attitude Era, which is kind of one of the, the most revered time period, was, hey man, we're getting these crazy matches on free TV. And also the unpredictability. So that's how you get a Mankind winning the belt on a Monday Night Raw. That's how you get a Stone Cold coming back the next night to win the title after beating, I think it was maybe Kane or Undertaker. You know what I mean? The next night on the pay-per-view, which is kind of like, damn, that was unexpected. You know what I mean? But I think if Jey were to carry it to SummerSlam, I think that would be great. You know what I mean? Whatever is good for us as fans and to keep us entertained and locked in, hey, go for it. Shit, he could have a 2-month reign. You know what I mean? Lose it at at Backlash. But I just think it's all about creating the moments. Also, making sure you have some type of legacy because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that Jay's legacy, what he's building, it has, real benchmarks on it. So I wouldn't want to a month reign. I really wouldn't. That would kind of make me tight. It's like, damn, what was the whole point of winning? But let's just say SummerSlam, if you were to lose against whoever.
And that's how at least 2 defenses.
Yeah, at least 2.
Defense,
At least 2. A Backlash.
But I can see that.
What's between Backlash and Money in the Bank?
I think
Hey, Bad Blood, is it?
The Bad Blood's in
I think
October.
Bad Blood's in October. It's like I think it's an
I think they're
international
back to back,
pay-per-view.
aren't they?
Well, maybe they're doing something international before then. I can't. For some, don't
Yeah.
they have a Saudi Arabia date before Money in the Bank?
Night of Champions?
Night of Champions,
I think that's
Crown-
like in September if they still do that.
Crown Jewel.
King of the Ring might have been there last year. Actually, King of the Ring was in Saudi Arabia after Backlash. I think it was.
Okay, yeah, because King of the Ring determined the SummerSlam contender. Okay, got it.
Right, because Gunther won.
Got it. Okay, so
Right now, you're checking out the SOP.
Hip hop and wrestling. Hip hop and wrestling.